think that Brian Flores, not only, I think he'll definitely be interviewed in the offseason for head coaching opportunities, but Brian Flores should absolutely get another opportunity to be a head coach in the National Football League. He has taken this Minnesota defense and made them look like a top 5 defense this entire season. I know a lot of the questions that's going to go on with Brian Flores when it comes to head coaching opportunities is that unfortunately he didn't make a lot of friends once his last year in Miami. They talk about the mishandling of how he handled Tua, and Tua mentioned that that Coach Brian Flores, he felt like Coach Brian Flores tried to break him. And so Brian Flores, he's an old school coach. He comes from that Bill Belichick coaching tree. Was linebackers coach when he was with the New England with the New England Patriots. But what a lot of people don't remember is that when Brian Flores took over that Miami Dolphins team, the Miami Dolphins were a laughing stock. They won one game. Right. They won one game. They had a saying in Miami. They called it tanking for Tua. But Brian Flores said we should. He got in issues with ownership because he wanted Stephen Ross and those guys. He wanted them to draft Justin Herbert, and they went with Tua instead of Justin Herbert. And I don't think anybody would disagree, even though Flores is even though his handling of Tua, which he said himself, could have been better. Like, he was right. He was right. Justin Herbert is a much better quarterback than Tua Tagovailoa. So I feel like more than anything, in this day and age, you got to be able to relate to your players. I feel like he went to Pittsburgh, went under Mike Tomlin, and then he went to he went to Minnesota, and is now under Kevin O'Connell, who is one of the most likable people when it comes to head coaches. A players guy, knows how to connect with the players. I feel like Brian Flores has learned from both of those guys, and I do feel like he should be considered for another head coaching opportunity. I would love to see him coach the Chicago Bears. It would be a dream to see Brian Flores coach the Chicago Bears. I think, unfortunately, the Chicago Bears were so bad offensively this year that I think they're just going to highlight an offensive guy, and so I feel like because of that, they probably